Hafidades and Manana Seeds, many of God's blessings to all of you here this morning to present a certificate of recognitions to an organization, the Surfing Association, who competed and represented Guam, our island of Guam, and did very well. But I'd like to share with the audience, joining me this morning, I have our Committee on Rules Chair, Senator Regine Bisco-Lee. Joining me also is the Assistant Majority Leader, Senator Marsh Taitu, and also Senator Mary Torres. It is truly a delightful pleasure and honor to be able to share with my colleagues the certificate of recognitions to present to you folks because of how well you represented Guam, and we are so blessed that you guys have taken the opportunity to continue this sport, representing the Surfing Association, but more importantly, representing our beautiful island of Guam to the rest of the world. And I'm just going to talk about some of the logistics and what was presented on September 7th through the 15th, 2019. There were 3 men and 2 women, along with the team officials and supporters. Lindsey Wilson, Willie Byerly represented Guam by competing in the 2019 International Surfing Association World Surfing Games presented by Advance in Miyazaki, Japan. The ISA World Surfing Games hosted 55 nations and a total of 240 athletes. Our Guam team, Team Guam, placed 32 out of 55 nations. We are here today to celebrate and commend the talented representatives. And before we do the presentations, I'll go ahead and just name them. Allison Bauman, Erie Fitzgerald, Cheryl Purcell, Shane Peer, and Jared Gogui. These talented individuals rode the same waves and faced the greatest surfers in the world to be an Olympic qualifier. Also, we extend our appreciation to Mr. Willie Byerly and Lindsey Wilson for sponsoring and supporting the team. I want to know that I communicate with Mr. Byerly a lot through social media, and when we were talking, I asked if there was any way that I could recognize the team because Guam was doing so well, and we had this professional surfer who was holding up the Guam flag and really boasting about how hospitable the Guam team was, and literally took that flag like it was part of his own representation. So I just want to say thank you truly for that. It took many years for Guam surfing athletes to enter an international event, and as told by my good friend, Willie Byerly, I think it took more than 10 years to try and get in. And I just want to say, undankulu na Sidzus Masi for representing Guam and coming home to share your success with the surfing community. We will continue to support our Guam athletes on the road to the Olympic stage, and my blessings, our blessings to all of you as you continue to journey in this endeavor. And sometimes just being able to take pride in what you do and where you come from truly means a lot to all of us who call Guam home. And at this time, before I do the official certificates, I'd like to ask IT if they can present that 1-minute slide, if my colleagues don't mind. Thank you. Please enjoy this short clip of pictures, some memories of the 2019 ISA World Surfing Games. Sulasmasi, thank you to the IT team for having Willie share that for the rest of Guam to see. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to ask my colleagues to help me in the reading of the certificate of recognition and then help me present the certificates to all of you. So at this time, Assistant Majority Leader, if you can at least read the certificate, do the named person, and then read the credits, and then we'll have our colleagues present individually.
So it's okay to read everything?
Yes.
Okay.
And then do the presented name, and then this.
Okay, so to mention that everybody's Hafiday, it's my privilege to be part of this, and it's very appropriate that the certificate that I'm handing out is to Shane Peer. We're related through the Johnston family, so. I want to mention that these certificates were supported by all members of the legislature. This is a certificate of recognition presented to Shane Peer, Open Men's Division, to commend you for proudly representing Guam at the 2019 International Surfing Association, ICA, World Surfing Games, held in Miyazaki, Japan, from September 7 to September 15 of this year. The Committee on Rules of Y Minutrenta na Legislatura en Guahan herein directs that this official expression of its recognition and commendations be forthwith sent on behalf of Y Legislatura en Guahan and the people of Guam. Signed and sealed in the city of Hagåtña, Guam on the 25th day of September 2019, and signed by many of the distinguished people here. So it is certified by our speaker and sponsor, Tina Rose Muña Barnes, and then also signed by the chair of the Committee on Rules, who was also representing the legislative secretary, Senator Regine Bisco-Lee. So, okay. So I will call Kenny Peer to come and receive the certificate on behalf of his son. And then to stay up here.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Tina.
God bless you.
So I'm very proud to represent my son in receiving this certificate, and I just want to say thanks to everybody that participated, and thank you to the Guam Legislature for recognizing our athletes and our ambassadorship to Guam. Thank you very much.
Yes, please stay up.
Certificate of recognition presented to Shane Purcell. In the Open Men's Division.
Say a few words. Senator Regine.
Buenas and half a day. It gives me great pleasure to present this certificate, and maybe Papa Willie can receive this on behalf of Jared Gogui, the Open's Men Division.
Yes.
Sure. For Jared, our flag bearer.
Yes, that could make it. I'll hold it for you.
And we just want to note that although Jared was born and raised here on Guam and he was educated here, he has since moved to Los Angeles, California to further his surfing career, but he continues to support Guam and rep Guam in all of his events. We know that he was also repping us when he was in Hawaii and just all across the world where he is he's competing and just doing a really great job and representing Guam. So thanks again, Jared, and to the Gogui family, Sizosmasi.
To Erie Fitzgerald, who's also currently in Hawaii for a surfing contest. This will be received by the Fokai sponsor, Roman Dela Cruz. I gotta say, thank you very much for sharing that video. It demonstrates that you not only do good, but you're good at what you do. So thank you very much.
Good job, bro. You want to say a few words?
Irie Fitzgerald, like the rest of Team Guam, really has a lot of love for the island, even though she's not indigenous. You know, there's no, I don't think there's any prejudice for the love that you can have for an island, especially if you spend so much time sacrificing and making your efforts here. So honored to receive this on her behalf. Right on, Irie. Okay.
And this certificate will go to Allison Bauman, and you are the sister Lindsay. And congratulations, and please extend our warmest thank you and appreciation for a job well done.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, when there's a team, you also have to have team officials and supporters, and it gives me great pleasure to present the certificate of recognition to Willie Byerly for being the team official supporter and literally keeping Guam in touch with what was happening back there and how we did very well back there considering we were the smallest team. And also asked Miss Lindsay to come up again because she too represented the women's team as the team official and supporter.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to say it?
I just want to say thank you. It was an honor. The island of Guam has been my family's home since 2012, and we just love to support and give back in any way we can, and we're happy to represent. Thank you.
And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and take an official photo and just thank everybody for being here. Si Jules Masi, si Jules on Binidisi Hamza Todas, Zan Sainamasi.